Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. We're gonna look at our daily from yesterday. I know Mathis beat us again. I mean, I can't even be mad, because look at that. 86th. We did everything that I felt we could do, took a little bit more damage, and this dude is in the top 100 legitimately. He deserves our respect for that one. I can't even be like, oh, would your dad play for you? That was a great run. Today, oh man, Luke has a killer score. Larson, not really. This is Samson to Mom. Okay. So, boss rush is of the utmost importance, as is taking as little damage as possible. He said for, what, the 45th time since the game had come out? It's like the #1 strategy forever and for always. I mean, Matchstick is pretty good here. Because of the fact that this is a shorter daily, at least it should be a shorter daily, I do worry that maybe time is going to be of the essence here. Truth be told, maybe that shouldn't worry me that much, because I tend to be probably a faster player than average. Not because I'm better, but because I'm okay with mistakes. I'm the kind of guy who, and this is true in my normal life as well, which, you know, basically this is my normal life at this point, but I would rather get the job done quickly than get it done 100% right, you know? If I could finish an assignment in an hour and get a 75, or spend 5 hours and get 100, I'll take the 75 every time. But we gotta probably prioritize not taking damage over the time even still. But if we can get the best of both worlds, that would be great. But you know what? It's like everybody's always like, well, of course you want to prioritize not taking damage. Like, that's obvious, right? And it is, but it isn't. Because, I mean, no one ever deliberately walks into shit, but you can play in a way that that makes it more likely that you get hit. And oftentimes I am guilty of doing that to kind of prioritize offense over defense, which I think is something we should work on. For dailies, at least, but also for, you know, streaking. Being able to have some kind of consistent defense is going to be better for us. I've got to admit, I'm fairly tempted to just, like, book it, which is exactly what we did. But I also was fairly tempted to not do what we did there, and instead actually try to extinguish all the fires. But now that I know that that one can work, at least if your speed is above a certain level, I'm okay with that. One more. Yeah, saved us a bomb too, and garnered us a bomb, as well as another Spirit Heart. 2 more bombs. I will admit, I'm looking at the time and I'm like, this is a fairly slow first floor. Well, that was obviously horrible, but not necessarily anything to get bent out of shape about. But it would be good. That was it. That was a fairly easy room, actually. It would be good for us, if possible, to speed it up just a little bit. Of course, we may end up getting better items in the future. You know, we may get another brimstone on our 2nd floor deal with the devil or something like that. We'll definitely take that. Who knows? I guess we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We can also use Mr. Mega Bombs to speed up a little bit. We can't miss boss rush. Like, that has to be done if we're going to have a high-ranking score on today's daily. Pretty happy that that worked out the way it did. We'll also pick up these 2 extra bombs, and we're going to be fighting the Widow. Just wanted to hit it before it could jump. Okay, that was bad. Don't jump. Don't jump. You dick! You man who was also a dick. Thank you. I shouldn't have had to use 3 bombs there, which is my own fault, but at the same time, come on. Come on. I took experimental treatment. It gave us HP, and look at that. We got an extra 13 points as a result of that HP. GG, Luke, GG! So we're already here on the burning basement. I think our rate of fire increased. Maybe our base damage went down, but I don't know. It seems like maybe that was actually like a pretty solid experimental treatment relative to what the expected outcome is a lot of the time. Now that our rate of fire is larger or greater, I don't mind taking a few extra seconds here to deal with these poops. And as they get handled, we picked up 1 penny and 1 penny alone. But hey, that 1 penny may make all the difference in some kind of fictional world where we need exactly 1 more cent to do something that I want to do. Okay, this pill. What do you think about this pill? There's got to be like a pill manifesto somewhere. It's like, hey, if you don't know what a pill is, definitely don't take it on the 2nd floor before you do your boss fight. So I think probably that's good advice. Just so I don't accidentally royally fuck myself over with like a speed downgrade before we even get a chance to get our deal with the devil. At some point, we're going to take it just for interest's sake. I know that there are Isaac players, maybe not now, but in the past. I don't know if I mean, they still exist, but I don't know if they play like this anymore. That didn't take unknown pills just because it's too much of a risk. Obviously, we'll take the D6. Oh my god, D6 and a D4? Would you have done it? I shouldn't have done it. We're so much worse now. But I had to give it a shot. It's in my bones. He beat me. Straight up. And seriously, though, this is a weird one. Fruitcake, I actually think is kind of terrible. I've gone back and forth on it. Oh, sometimes you get holy shot. Yeah, sometimes you get a holy shit that's bad, though. So, it's like, it's a little bit of a problem. The real issue is the exploding shots. You know, Tiny Planet is just annoying. Exploding shots are actively bad. What we may want to do is try to snag enough money to maybe get us into... No, we don't need the money because we have Samson's Chain. So, Samson's Chain these rocks. Now we have enough money to get into the shop and buy a battery charge. We can D4 ourselves one more time. We're going to celebrate. We'll take a look. There is a battery charge. So I'm thinking that our best course of action may be, head into that deal with the devil, take something. No, we shouldn't head into the deal with the devil first, because if we head into the deal with the devil... Oh, I mean, Taurus is working for me here, but if we head into the deal with the devil first, whatever item we pick up is going to get rerolled, so... It makes... That was dumb. Makes a lot more sense for us to reroll with the D4 first if we're not in love with what we have. And I think it's fair to say that I'm not really in love with what I have right now. So even though this is going to cost me quite a lot of time indeed, I do think that it's worth the risk. And this is my punishment, basically, for being an idiot. For being an idiot and for, really prioritizing the D4 because of some misguided nature of humorness. That's not even, a sentence there, but you get the idea. That's going to slow us down quite a lot here. Quite a lot. Every time I want to say indeed, I occasionally slip into Michael Caine. Slip into who? That's not really a good Michael Caine, but it's evocative at least. Okay, so we'll go buy this. Reroll. Hey, Tech Point X! And we're faster. This is really good. We also have sticky spider bombs. So our everything is awesome now. Not too big of a fan of Keybagger. And we're slow. Extraordinarily so. But Tech Point X, we're going to be 2 minutes behind on this floor. Tech Point X can make up that time. The fact that it does so much damage, piercing shots, has a huge hitbox associated with it, even if it's hollow in the middle, is extremely valuable for us. So, was it worth it? No, if I could go back in time, I probably wouldn't do what we did on this one. But, is it acceptable? Yes. Yes, I believe so. I think we'll be able to pull our way out of this one. That being said, I'm looking at our damage now, and I'm like, it's kind of really bad, actually. But it's not. It's not actually. It just, because our shots travel so quickly, they move through the hitbox very rapidly, and as a result, I find myself not really being able to keep the shots on them for too long. So we might as well take our HP. Unless we get Abaddon, I'm going to be happy with it either way. We definitely want Incubus. I think we probably want Judas' Shadow, and we'll try to find a way to maybe make that work on our next floor. So, this is great. We're very slow. This is, if I've ever had a time in my Isaac career where I've had a great excuse... Oh, that's not Incubus, it's Succubus, but either way. I'm happy to take it because we're probably going to kill ourselves to get the Judas' Shadow bonus anyway. I'm happy to have been able to do what we're doing on this run. And if there's ever been a time in my life where I can justify rushing and skipping some rooms, it's right now. We pretty much have to if we're going to have the best chance possible of getting to boss rush. Which is important, I think. It is. So we want to be out of this floor. I think 10 minutes, which is my normal time for it, is probably a little bit unrealistic. Probably instead we'll be looking at oh, they're all dead. Instead we'll be looking at 11, 10:45, somewhere in that vicinity. I'd much rather it be closer to 10 than to 11, but, we'll see. I'll be happy with whatever we can get here. Okay, sure, we'll take Little Loki as well. Is it really that good of an item? No, I don't think so, but it's kind of unique, and we're stacking up a lot of familiars, and we got a theme to this run now. I would already say that I probably don't look at this run as, like, having a high percentage chance for us to be near the top of the leaderboards. The reason you're watching this one right now was maybe I'll bust into some kind of sweet song parody that will be an enduring part of my legacy, or you want to see someone with big balls, you know, someone who wasn't afraid to reroll the entire run twice. But, you know, there's probably people out there that rerolled it like 3 or 4 times. But I feel like we hit a happy medium, you know. The D6 is a pretty good item, and a pretty zany item in and of itself sometimes. And the D4 is excellent, but I feel a little bad because we use it all the time on greed mode. So I'm starting to feel like maybe it's starting to wear out its welcome a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. In greed mode, it's like a borderline essential part of the economy in there. Man, could we have, like, any more big rooms? I'm so over these big rooms. We still have not found... Oh, no, we did find our item room, of course. We got little Loki in there. We haven't found our shop yet, but we don't really care about our shop. We do... Well, there's our shop. Sorry, so we all say things in the heat of the moment that we regret later. The Fool card. Basically teleporting out of a curse room. This is definitely worth 2 bombs. Still don't know what these bombs do. I thought that there was, like, if they hit an enemy, they spawn spiders, but maybe they spawn them next to you instead of, I'll just take another spirit heart. Maybe they spawn them next to you instead of spawning them where the bomb is, and that's what's confusing my brain. I don't know. Hopefully we get a deal with the devil here. Pretty ideal enemy. No spiders there. Pretty ideal boss fight for us to have. Little Loki pushed my bombs out of the way, but we are still fighting an enemy who, you know, is suspect or very vulnerable to piercing shots. At this point, I'm like, maybe we should just use a bomb for every single one of these. There we go. Rerolled that. Safety pin is probably better. Head down to the next floor. We're 50 seconds behind schedule, which is not that bad. It does mean, you know, come on, step it up, but apart from that, we're feeling okay. I would like to go faster. Unfortunately, like, we're seeing kind of the dark side of Tech Point X right now, which is that enemies that are on the corners, they don't get hit. We can't hit them consistently. Oh, we did find the secret room there. Because they're on the corners, so, like, our shots, they go and they stay there for a second, but then they're gone. And we can't generate quite as much as I'd like to out of them. So we could blow this guy up, take his likely nickel or dime, but we already have enough money. Let's save our bombs. May want to use those in combat. Now, I'll be really interested to see where, like, the highest legitimate scores come from on this run. Because, you know, presumably, they're all going to be in that, like, 20 to 25,000 range. I don't know how you can do much better than that, unless maybe, like, if you got Shovel or, like, Blank Card AWAS or something like that, you could take this run a little further. I don't know if that actually works, but, you know, presumably with the D4, you could reroll into something like Rune Bag and then have a chance to make your dreams come true like that. This guy's spending way too much time underground. I don't like it. At least he's not doing his shooting move, though. A couple more hits, he'll be dead. Bad damage, of course, but we're fine. We got Jesus Juice, which is an okay take. Now, we could be like a minute and a half ahead of schedule if we wanted, but instead, gonna take a little time. I don't know how much time, because I can't really stress how important Boss Rush is, but we're gonna take a little time, try to find our item room, try to find our shop. If we only find one, I would really like it to be our item room, but, you know, we don't have an incredible amount of control over that. How did that one not die? Curse Room is worth it as well. I feel like I'd rather save our Fool card. As ridiculous as this might sound, what if we get a dead end on Necropolis 2? Then we might want to use our Fool card to, like... okay, let's go to our item room first. You might want to use our Fool card to get out of it as soon as possible. Alright, we rerolled Bob's Brain. Which means we won't be re-rolling the shop unless there's a battery charge in there. I can't remember if there is. There's not. I don't think BOGO bombs is worth it, so I don't think anything's really worth it at this point. Not to get too nihilist on you. Okay, Contract from Below is an awesome item, and especially an awesome daily item because of the fact that it gives you so many extra consumables. I'm assuming those, you know, actually work for generating more points, but I'm not gonna get too worried about farming or anything like that. But still, it's nice. It's nice to know. We have runes here. Hagalaz. Hagalaz. Algiz. Dugaz. That's an instant play. Onsus. Perthro. We don't need to take Perthro. I think we take Algiz, actually, because that could be very useful for us on boss rush. And then we'll head down to the next floor. I know we haven't killed ourselves to use Dark Judas yet, which we definitely should have. It kind of slipped my mind, to be honest with you. I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, kind of, you know, try to come up with a fake strategy for why I did this. But really, I was just like, yeah, let's just buy Spirit Hearts. I kind of got, I got lost in it a little. Yeah, okay, Contract from Below definitely gives us double consumables. So, we are, we were still a little bit behind schedule. But the encouraging thing is that every floor, we're getting closer to being on or ahead of schedule. We're only off schedule by like 15 seconds on the last floor, by the end of it at least. So, we'll look at how things look as we approach like our boss room on this floor. Hopefully we can get to our boss fight within like the 15, 30, 16 minute range. Or like some mapping would go a long way right here as well. That's like super not worth it. This is a strength card, which is good, but not valuable for us right now. This is going to take a minute, but it could be worth it. Reroll deck of cards into Seraphim, which I will take, even if I don't fully understand it. We'll take Black Candle for sure. And I guess at this point, we're just saying, you know what, Dark Judas, I'm sorry, but we're not going to be rolling with you. And that scares me a little bit, because I'm looking at this, and I'm like, man, boss rush is going to be a pain in the ass. Not that it ever isn't. Well, there are some times when it's pretty easy, but in our current situations, like, we're doing so little damage that it's gonna be a slog, man. The thing that's great about it is that, like, for all the problems with our damage, our hitbox is so huge. We can really hit enemies from far away without really having to put ourselves too much under the gun, right? But I do wish that we could put out a little bit more damage. You know, it doesn't take much to get us into that position. Single deal with the devil that gave us a damage upgrade could do it. We're going to be a little bit more behind schedule on this floor, I think. I want to be out of here by 1630. That's not going to happen. And the absolute worst case scenario, although not the end of the world, would be if we, you know, took a long time, like the rest of this floor is kind of large, and then we had like a Krampus fight in our deal with the devil. Then I would just be like, oh shit, this is going to be, it's going to be hard. And the irony of it is that a lot of that would come back to me being an idiot and doing the D4 roll for the first place, or in the first place when I should not have. But we can't control that at this point. All we can control is our response afterwards. Good stuff. Keep on him. We're doing well. Our damage, again, leaves a lot to be desired, but we do have a uncanny ability to actually hit enemies. There's no question about that. We're going to have to rush our asses off on the next floor. Boss rush is extremely important. Points-wise, it's going to make up like 25% of our score, so we really don't like seeing this, where we're at 17 minutes and haven't found the boss fight yet. Now I'm like, shit, maybe we get a teleport card. Like an Emperor card specifically. I'll just take one key there. We gotta get a move on. Throw some bombs down. They may or may not hit. Little Loki might push them completely out of the way. There we go. That one actually hit. That one did not. Wasting a lot of bombs here. And I'm not talking about Margaritaville. I don't know what that joke means. I think I've only ever heard the chorus of Margaritaville. But I'm stressed out, man. I'm under the gun right now. We're going to have like a minute and a half to get to our mom fight. I think this might be like a completely botched daily as a result of the D4. But save me. Save me. I've not been saved. Got a spirit heart. Okay, we got to bust ass. We got to get out of here as soon as possible. let's go. Basically, let's go. I'm gonna go left. We're gonna, if we get a big room, bomb your way out, man. Any room that looks like an issue, bomb your way out. This is not one of them. This is also not one of them. Even though these enemies are a little tanky, we're fine. This one could be an issue, but because they're zombies, relatively not tanky, we can go. Dead end. That's okay. He's dead. If this is the right way, we're making good progress so far. Let's not forget, we do still have to kill Mom. Fairly tanky enemy. Please! Just die! Now, this is a dead end. I can give up all hope. This is the best I've ever done on this room. And it came in the most dire of circumstances. There's no question. We have to fight the boss right now. If there's anything in here we like, sure, even better. We'll take the Spirit Heart for sure. 2 of diamonds allows us to buy like a pill, but that's okay. Okay, kill Mom, do boss rush. Prepare yourself for the, let's be honest, the long slog that is likely to be your life on boss rush, but at least we made it here, man. It is something, there's something to be said, I should say, for the fact that we even made it to this point to begin with. We chose correctly, we busted ass, and we got here. And it's not a quick Mom fight, that's for sure. It's taken us quite a long time. Enough that I've been a little concerned that we would even finish the Mom fight in time, but it looks like we're gonna be okay. Okay, take like a little sigh of relief. Taking a little bit of dumb damage on this run, not a colossal amount. I think we could be up there. We might as well take, well, let's go to our room first here. So it was an incubus. I don't like that very much. I think we might want to reroll like the Polaroid and the 9 or the negative, and take meat instead. Because what do we care about like Polaroid for this boss fight, right? We don't need piercing shots. We don't need Sister Maggie. We certainly don't even want marked. So I think maybe we take Sagittarius for the speed upgrade. But we may. I mean, Lemon Mishap is just too small. Actually, is there a spacebar item in here? There's Lemon Mishap. No, okay. I know this is taking too long. We should take the speed upgrade and eat the damage. That was a pretty shit haul on boss rush, but of course the reason we do boss rush at this point is not to get an item. That's fucking old school, dog. The reason we do boss rush now is to get these dirty, dirty points. Blood points. Now, of course, prepare yourself for what is going to be probably a fairly long trip through boss rush here. We do have some solace that we can take in the fact that any explosions are going to result in there being a lot of pennies on the ground for me to take advantage of, thanks to Contract from Below and Lucky Rock. Are we going to be up there on this run? I don't know, but I think we've done our damnedest. We had to make some compromises. Obviously, we missed the item room here to get to boss rush, but the boss rush is like 100 times more important from a daily standpoint, considering the run ends after this point anyway. This is one of those weird dailies that is like really easy, but also the score attacky kind of stuff at the top of it is going to be fairly competitive, I think. I am amazed I didn't get hit there, and the charm shot from Rainbow Baby actually made it really easy to kill the enemies, which is a huge surprise to me. Alright, so these guys die. They may or may not pay out with the Spirit Heart. That was just awful. I don't know what I thought when I looked at that enemy. I was like, yeah, this is a smart idea. I don't like this version of the Haunt. Nobody does. Well, I have been hit and hit again. And almost again. And almost again. This is a nasty wave, man. Haunt is dead. Okay. Now we just worry about this guy, who's actually fairly tough to deal a lot of damage to. Because he moves so quickly that he never really stands in our way here. I was thinking, by the way, the reason I took so much time to discover, or to come to the conclusion of what item I was going to take, was I was thinking we take Lemon Mishap, and then just drop it, and pick up the D6 again, because we're obviously getting more charges as we play here, so I thought maybe we could use our D6 to reroll Lemon Mishap multiple times into a better item. Then I was like, first off, I think the item pedestals all disappear, even if there's an active item sitting. Maybe that's not true. So that was probably false reasoning on my part. However, what do I care? Like, if we get a good item 80% of the way through boss rush, again, it doesn't matter over the course of the entire run, because it's the end of it. Wish this guy would teleport closer to me. Taking some shit damage, I'll tell you that much. This is like the least impressed I've ever been with Tech Point X, and I'm still like pretty pro Tech Point X here. I feel like if I had just used Judas' Shadow properly, probably be in a better standpoint. I don't know. I think, you know, Luke has like 21,000 on this run. I think he's got us, if I'm being 100% honest. I think we took too much dumb damage. Maybe a little slower than we should be, although, you know, again, 10 minutes is what, 600 points? That doesn't make a huge difference. We're going to get 44-44 for beating boss rush. We might get more when we pick up the trophy as well, like a completion bonus or like no death or something. But I think, if I'm being honest, I think Luke's got us today. More power to him. Just make some space. Dear God. I still don't understand these bombs, man. One day I'll get them. I also, like, I got every familiar I don't understand. I don't really understand Seraphim, Incubus. Or, sorry, I understand Incubus, but I don't understand Succubus. I think that they're just, like, high damage familiars, except Succubus is, like, an area of effect damage over time familiars, something along those lines. That's probably something like it. Seraphim, I think, is just high damage, but maybe it gives us a chance to get Spirit Hearts when we get hit or something. I don't know. It's like, it says Protector on it, so I always just assume that that has something to do with our HP or some added defense, at least. I gotta be honest, even though it looks like today's daily is gonna be a win, kind of a weak one, which was in the bounds of my own control. I would really recommend 3 days later, when this video probably goes up, not re-rolling your entire run. I think that that will probably be a decision that you'll find to your advantage. How many times do we have to fight Bloat here, man? So I'm trying to do the new hotness here with Tech Point X, which is, you know, fire like little tiny shots with it instead of big ones. At least if we're aiming properly, oh lord, we'll have a tendency to hit more often as a result of our newfound strategy. Probably should prioritize the frail. It's so hard to get used to the idea that, like, charging your shot is actually not advantageous. Necessarily. Sometimes it will be. If you want to hit a lot of enemies at once, it is. Ragman, Blighted Ovum. Something in my head is telling me this is like our last or second last wave. Well, it certainly counters this enemy pretty well. Well, hopefully I was right on the second last part, because certainly wasn't right on the last part. I don't know, by the way, if we're getting a Bloody Lust damage bonus. My hunch is no. I mean, even though we're wearing the... I don't know what happened to my mind there, but even though we're wearing the bandana item still, I feel... And we're Samson, obviously. I think that gets rerolled. Like, as Eve, you can definitely reroll out of Whore of Babylon, so... I think as Samson, you can reroll out of... there's no reason to take that at all. But as Samson, I think you can reroll out of it. Not that you would ever want to, but... So, of course, we're going to take every available advantage here. Try to up our score by enough to compensate for the dumb damage I took. And that'll do it right there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be at like 20k or something like that. Not too impressive. 20.5. We're 273rd, 3700th in terms of our time. But overall, that's not too bad. I got to admit, I'm a little bit disappointed with my performance. But overall, it's not a complete train wreck. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And for now, thanks for watching. And I will see you next time.